What's going on, YouTube? Ryan from RAK'D here. You know, I've been wanting to get on YouTube for quite some time now, and I thought I had a good first video picked out, but I think it's still going to happen, so I can't talk about it very much right now, but this is our official first video. We're going to talk about a new shop build. So our current shop setup is a 30 by 40 shed. It's served us great, but we've quickly outgrown it, and we've been outgrown for quite some time now. I bought this farm about a year ago today, and it had this big 60 by 72 building on it. I jumped on the land because I saw the building. I knew it'd be perfect as we expand operations even further and move into this building. So it's a relatively new pole barn. It was built, I don't know, probably 12, 13 years ago. It is bare on the inside, has a small concrete pad right here that I'll show you here in a minute. We're gonna tear that out, pour a 6-inch pad, and start the process. And this is the inside. Like I said, it is pretty bare. We will be able to use some of this material under the concrete, but a lot of it's just dirt. We're gonna just core it out, bring fresh gravel in, and do it the correct way. It has this 24 by, I believe it's 18 pad. We're gonna tear this out. It is like 8 inches thick, which surprised me, but as a general rule, you don't want to pour concrete over old concrete. You can if the whole building is the same level, but it would be like 6 inches here and then 2 inches there, and it wouldn't cure correctly, and eventually this would come through the other concrete. You would see the indent of this. So that's gonna be a no. There's a gauge of how thick it is. It's pretty thick. So first step is move all my stuff out of here. I've already taken a few loads out. I don't have very much, but I've been doing little by little. That tire's going flat. Dang. I need to get my other truck hooked on to that trailer, go home, get the skid steer, bring it out for all the dirt work tomorrow. We're going to insulate 24 inches below the grade of the concrete all around the shed. We are not going to insulate underneath the concrete. We are going to heat this, but I didn't think insulation under it was really all that necessary. So weekend project is to core it out, insulate, saw cut that, and get rid of it. Should be a pretty big weekend. I'm super excited going into this. I've always wanted a dedicated shop for RAK'D. We kind of have one right now, but this will be the real deal, and I've been ready for it for a long time, and it's been a long time coming. Like I said, we're going to pour a 6-inch pad in here, and then outside here, we're going to put a 24 wide for sure, then 24 to 30 foot out 6-inch pad to adjoin with this pad. Going to put a 20-foot trench drain right here vertically from the doors. You can pull vehicles in, have the snow melt off of them, or wash your vehicles in here. We have a few drains in the back here in each one of the rooms. Let me flip the camera around here. So this pole right here, we're finishing from there back into the workshop, and then from here forward will be just regular shop / garage area. So this is the middle pole in the middle of the barn. From this over is going to be a 2-story structure, and from this over is going to be a 1-story tall powder coating room. We're going to bring in water over here. We have to trench that from the main, which is pretty nice. It's just like 50 foot outside here. I got it marked over there. We're going to bring that in, bring it up right here, and then run the rest of the walls. We are going to go ahead and spray foam the entire building, and then the structure inside of the main structure, we're going to insulate this wall right here, and then of course the rest will be pre-insulated already. I'm going to have to find a place to hide this limo. There's going to be people crawling all over this thing if they see it outside. I mean, look at it. It's got the horns. It's the full package. I'm going to have to hide this thing down in the woods or something. There's the insulation that we're going to use for the outside. Back to the old green truck. I had on that hay trailer, but I'm about to move that out of here with the tractor. This makes things easier. We're going to cut most of this concrete pad out that is here right now. We're going to save some because I have my sandblasting set up here, and we are still operating out of this, so we have to keep this as long as we can. Once we get to the point where we have to get this out, we will leave the last saw cut piece right here and then bring it out, move all this out, and then pour the concrete and move it back in ASAP so we can keep sandblasting. Got everything saw cut, starting to pull all the individual pieces out. I think when they poured this, they got their outer edge plenty thick. Look at that. Got her cut in a grid. Go see if we can crack it along each line. Pull her out. So far it's going pretty good. Here's another piece. Don't drop it, you might break it. Pick that on up. Get her out of here. Another one out. Look at that. Perfect square. There's some weight right there. We could not get that piece to break. We got her out though. Well, got the concrete out. Now we've got roughly 10 truckloads of material to remove from this building before we can rough it in, put the fresh gravel down, and then pour some concrete. Well, it's almost dark. We got her all down to grade for the most part. We got to level it out still, of course, but we'll do that later. Got our first piece of insulation. Just getting this in before we quit for a night so we can see how tomorrow's going to go for us. This is licensed skid steer. We're going to nail this, but we forgot nails. So we're just going to hold this in the shovel for now and backfill it and see how it's going to go. That's the top of our concrete. That's where we're going to put the top of the insulations at the top of the concrete. So that orange line right there is grade. You got grade in every single post. So when Dad's grading this, when they pour the concrete, we'll be able to see where it's at. So fill this on in. Day 2, we're gonna core out the rest of this building. What's left of it anyway, there's not very much left. That's Dad's job for now. I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting all of the styrofoam. So they're 4x8 pieces, we're gonna do 24 inches, so I gotta cut them all in half. Get those all cut to size, then cut to length, depending on the length of the piece that they need to go in. This is going relatively quickly. What we learned was overdig, 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 because all the material from the back's falling down, so any material that falls when you overdig just goes underneath the boards. Of course you don't want to go too much, but that's going to help out greatly. So we got the first several pieces in. Going to backfill those before too much material falls down. Keep on going around the shed. I'm going to go cut some more. Coming along. Always helps to have help. There's the last 2 pieces. Now we gotta finish grading this shed. Then the rough end plumbing starts. I've been all over the place for this video, but this is our first official video, and I've been wanting to get on YouTube for a long time now. It was actually my New Year's resolution to get on YouTube this year, and now the year's almost over, so better late than never. Like I said, I had a first video made back in like April, and I can't say much about it, but the reason for the video hasn't happened yet, so I can't post it. It wouldn't make sense. Whenever I post a video, it'll make sense. So this is my first official video. Hopefully to make more updates soon, but I just don't have the time. I would love to get on YouTube more, but TikTok, you record like this. YouTube, you record like this, and you can use the videos back and forth. They don't look quite right. I like doing things right. I'm going to keep doing some updates of this shed build. Like I said, I'm super excited. It's finally happening. I'm going to hire quite a bit of it out, but do quite a bit of it myself. So I'm going to learn a lot of stuff along the way. Hopefully I can teach you guys some stuff as well and give you guys some cool content. Stay tuned.